Hey everybody, it's Tanya here, Tanya Smith of Get Noticed with Video and StreamLikeABoss.tv. I just wanted to call in today and actually do an open Q&A. So we're going to do some open questions and answers. If there's anything on your mind that's related to live streaming, let me know. If this is your first time watching our show, this is StreamLikeABoss.tv, also known as our Stream Like a Boss weekly live stream show. And what I love to do is to work with service providers to help you to leverage the camera, being on video. I call it embracing your face, so that you can serve more people, stand out online, and sell more of your services. So tonight we're on live actually using Restream, and I'm going to check my chat. Mr. Dan Roth in the house. If you are an OG, if you're somebody who has been here for a while, I want you to type in OG, hashtag OG. And if this is your very first time watching, wherever you are, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, type in hashtag newbie. I know. What up, lady? Hey, Scott Benedict in the house. What's up? I'm going to turn this music off. I just was testing. Let's see. And there's Miss Michelle. What up? I love it when you all get a chance to be here with me and we just get to hang out and spend a little time. Look, I do have a couple of things I'll share with you, but then it's really about you. And if there's anything on your mind related to video marketing, I want to hear about it. Dan said Virgin Paradise. You're supposed to type in hashtag newbie, sir. Venice, it's good to see you. Miss OG in the house, big and bold. Yes, ma'am, the boldness coach. Look, right now, what I am up to is a lot. And this is one of the reasons why I decided that tonight I'm just going to do a Q&A and not build out a full script. But I can't help but teach, like I'm always teaching. So if there is anything that's on your mind about live streaming or video marketing, I want you to hop on in and say hello. Chocolate Treat in the house. Good to see you. I'm glad you made it here too. Wonderful. So, one of the questions that always comes up is this. The question usually is, Tanya, what are you using today? Well, today I'm actually using Restream to go live. So typically what I will do is I will schedule in Restream, and then I will actually go live using the Ecamm Live platform, which is awesome, by the way. The only reason why I try to, test out other streaming platforms is because I want to stay on top of my game. And I know that sometimes people are using PCs. And if you have a PC, you don't have access to Ecamm Live. So you may have to use other options like vMix or StreamYard or Restream or Be Live. And so I try to make sure that I stay on top of all of those different platforms just so that I know what kind of changes have come up, like what's new in the space. I can tell you right now, I'm actually using Restream, but I decided to incorporate my same branding. So a lot of the brand imagery that you see right now is what I also use in Ecamm Live. And it just comes together because you can upload your own graphics and even video clips into these type of platforms. So that's a tip in case you did not know that. All right. I do have some questions for you all too. These are going to be fun questions. These are not serious and not even video or business related. So in a few minutes, I'm going to pop up a couple of things because of some stuff that happened this week. It's just been really intriguing. So first of all, I'm going to pop up a chat overlay. This is something that is really cool inside of the Restream app. If you don't know, if you're not familiar with it, what happens is if you have the Restream chat overlay on, you'll be able to see comments in real time. So as people start to comment, and as I ask these questions in a second, you'll see some answers here on the screen. So I'm going to ask question number 1, and then I am going to dive into a couple of things that I want to share with you all. But I also want you to be thinking of your questions. So if there's anything on your mind, pop it in the chat so I can make sure I see you and respond. All right. So here's my first question. What's up, Miss Marcia in the house? OG? All right. My first question is this, and it's an interesting question because I became part of a Pinterest group because I'm really exploring Pinterest and trying to see how can I leverage that as another social platform to share video. And so the person who is heading this up, Megan Williamson, inside of her Facebook group, she asked a question, which I thought was really sharp. The question was, Michelle, I'm going to see if you know. The question, and Dan knows, okay, cool, cool. Okay. So we got some folks that know, that do know. But the question was, what is a food that you absolutely hate? Something that no one could ever make you eat again as an adult. Maybe they made you eat it as a child. So I'm curious about you. First of all, do you know what chitterlings are? And maybe it's chitlins if you're from the South, like I am. We called it chitlins. But the formal thing, chocolate treats say, you doing too much. Oysters. Okay. Whatever it is that you absolutely hate that nobody can make you eat ever again as an adult, type that in the chat because it's fun. Chopped liver. Oh my God. Me too. Dan, that is so not me. Fish, Scott, any kind of fish? I'm curious. So fried oysters. Michelle, do you eat them any other way? I'm curious about that too. And thank you, Dan. I love it. I don't know. It's just my voice. That would be it. Potted meat. You don't like, so you don't like the spam? Was it called spam? People used to make spam sandwich. I know, dude. The Walter Strong, the third number one food from the South I will never eat. I just can't do it. And I promise you, I used to sit in my grandmother's kitchen and lots of family members love that stuff. And the smell just would overcome me. I would run out of the house crying. It's horrible. But I know people that love it. And what they'll typically tell you if they love it is, well, it's all in how you fix it. And you have to make sure you clean them real good. I can't even get past just looking at them. Yapino fish. Pasta with ketchup? Dan, ooh, that's nasty. And sardines? Yes. Look, so everybody has a food that they hate or don't love. I told y'all this was going to be a funny question. I just loved it though. When she asked, I thought, this is the coolest question because it's really going to get people engaged, right? Everybody has a food that they hate. Look at how many comments are coming through. So there is a method to my madness in asking you this question. I promise you, I'm going to get there in a second. Oh my God, Dan. Dan, I hope your mother-in-law does not watch my show. As a anything my mother-in-law makes has a permanent place in the trash. That's horrible. Oh, it's got all fish. Okay. Well, I grew up in the South. Most of the time that I was growing up on Panama City Beach in that area, the panhandle of Florida. And so there's lots of fish. And lo and behold, who is allergic to shellfish is me. So I don't do the shellfish at all. I do like certain types of fish, but if it tastes or smells fishy, that's a no for me. That's a no for me. Venice is laughing. Yeah, girl, for real though. It's funny that I grew up, look, I was born in Louisiana and grew up in Florida and can't eat shellfish. Isn't that crazy? I know. It's crazy. All right. So I wanted to share an engagement question because I think I'm going to start doing that with all of my videos. It's so much fun to do. You get to learn more about your audience, you get to share more about yourself. And did y'all see how the comments were scrolling in? Michelle said crab. Yeah, dude, everybody in my family was eating the shellfish, but me. I can't eat it. It makes me sick. Not only does it make me sick, it makes me hospitalized. Like it's really bad. What's up, David Kennedy in the house? Okay, so food you love, crabs, and Venice says I have a whole wide palate, so she's flexible. Look, the thing about asking an engagement question, and this is something I want you to think about for your own videos. I promised y'all I wasn't going to teach, but I don't have a script. But I thought of this when I saw her question and I thought, wow, this is so smart because when you get people talking and excited, when there's something that everybody can relate to and everybody can comment on, it really makes for an engaging video and for great content. So I love it. No, I do not have that copy written. As a matter of fact, she asked the question, Megan Williamson, and frankly, I don't even know that you could copyright that question. Definitely use it in your stream or find other ones. Now I'm starting to get really excited about just coming up with a question of the day that is more fun and not specific to business because it's just fun to learn about you all. I love it. And Teresa Horn, I should have known. This is why I like you so much. Finally, someone else is allergic to shellfish too. I love it. I love it. Chocolate treat? No, it is not. So your question, let me pop this up because this is a question and I was asking you all to ask me questions. I'm going to ask you some too. But ask me questions if there's anything about live streaming that you want to know. Is it easy to change from showing your replies to eliminating them on the screen? For me, as the person who is the facilitator of the stream, yes, it is. Wait, first, Dan is allergic to shellfish. David, you're allergic too? I love it. Look, I don't love that you're allergic, but I love that I'm part of a club. I'm not by myself. I love that part. Okay. So yeah, chocolate treat, in answer to your question, if you are the facilitator, so if you are the person who's running the platform, whatever you're using, I'm using Restreamed for tonight. It's very simple because I can see the comments scrolling up and down, well, up my screen. And I can choose which ones I want to actually display and then which ones I want to remove. And if there's certain ones I don't want to display at all because there's something rude or crass in it, then I don't have to pop that up. As a matter of fact, I can even block it. So yes. And yeah, Venice, the reason why you saw them on the side of the screen is because I turned on the chat overlay right here. So once you turn on chat overlay on your Restream app, and when people, after you've turned it on, have started commenting, you'll be able to see those comments pop in. So if any other comments pop in the next few seconds, we'll be able to see those on screen scrolling. Now, there is a danger to that, and nobody asked, but I'm going to tell you because I want you to be alerted to this. One of the times that I actually hated the most in my live streaming career, which hasn't been very, very, very long, but early on, a few years back, one thing that happened is I had a guy that came. Yeah, see how it's popping in, commenting and popping in. There you go. One of the things that happened when you have up your chat overlay like this, the danger is that people from any channel, especially if you have an open channel like YouTube and you haven't made it private, it's not a private link, anyone from anywhere can pop in. And when they pop in and they start commenting, everyone can see that if you have the chat overlay on. That's the danger in that you don't know, you can't quickly vet those comments, right? So one of the things you want to be watching for, especially if you're new, it's probably best not to have a chat overlay on because you may not yet have a system in place where you can easily and quickly block or remove those comments. So to your point, Chocolate Treat, yeah, it's easy to do if you know your platform. Get familiar with your platform, know where everything is, know where all the buttons are, know how to turn things off and how to turn things on. You have to take the time to practice with that. So that's very important. Yeah, that's what I didn't like. Okay, Miss Michelle. Yeah, if you want, you can turn off the chat overlay, right? I like it for the purposes of having that ongoing conversation, and it gives you social proof. So people that are popping into your live stream get to see that, oh, there's conversation and people are engaging and she actually has viewers. Hey, I want to be a part of that discussion too, right? Oh, Periscope. Yeah, from way back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I would suggest if you're a newer live streamer, the best thing you can do is probably do more to manage and oh, I love that. I love this question. I got to highlight this question. But one of the things you have to do if you're newer is I would suggest not using a chat overlay. I would suggest definitely pulling up comments one at a time as something catches your eye that you want to post. You're good with anybody seeing, then you choose which ones to post. Okay, lots of trolls. You're right. So I want to highlight Buckley's question, and I see another question as well from the huddle with Walter Strong, the third in the house. So let me do this. I want to showcase this question. How did you overcome being shy when you started streaming? Gosh, Buckley, it's that's an interesting question. And yes, there are a lot of weirdos out there from the LinkedIn user. I can't tell who that is, but let me try to pop up my little scrolling thing and see if that will work for you too. It probably won't because it's for Facebook. Let me answer your question, Buckley. Um, I am very much an introvert, very much. So typically in the real world, IRL, you won't see me out and about being really social. If I were at a networking event, when I used to do a lot more networking events in person, um, where we exchange a bunch of business cards and everybody's bragging about who they are, not really bragging, but they're giving their, short elevator speech. I was that person who was kind of quiet and not doing any of that. It took me a while to warm up to people, and I had to find my way. I had to figure out what worked best for me. As far as live streaming, it was very similar in that a lot of the things that I felt as an introvert in person, I transferred with me when I got on camera too, meaning that I was worried about, what people would think or what they would say to me or whether or not they would think I was saying something that was dumb or not dumb, right? All the things. And I will tell you the benefit of live streaming is the more you do it, the more comfortable you become. And so I was committed to doing it. I was committed to doing live. I said, you know what? If I'm going to do this, and this is kind of the thinker that I am, I know myself. I knew if I only said I was going to do it once, then that wouldn't work. It wouldn't be sufficient. I would never see any results. I knew if I just kind of threw out there, I'm going to try it and see what happens, that wouldn't work for me either. I knew that I had to commit in a major way. And if I was going to do it, I was going to really go all in. And so I made the commitment to do a live stream at least once or twice a week for an entire year. I remember writing that down and looking at it and putting it away and leaving. And a couple weeks later, I got on and did my first live stream. It wasn't the next day. It wasn't that minute. I had to get myself into the mindset to do it. But once I did, Buckley, to your question, once I did, the more I did it, the easier it became. And here's something else. Once I realized I didn't have to be like everybody else, I saw other people doing streaming and I tried to be like them and I couldn't. I will never forget. It still rings in my ears to this day. One of my very first managers in my corporate position said, "You're just not bouncing off the walls enough for me." And I remember looking at him like, so that's what we have to do around here to get paid? Like, I got to bounce off the walls? That's not me. And I remember feeling like that is so inauthentic to who I am. I'm never going to bounce off the walls. So the more comfortable I became in my own skin on camera, and the more I decided for myself that, you know what, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be who I am, and that's going to work. It did work because the camera will emphasize the things about you that you share. If you share yourself as the authentic person that you truly are, whatever that is, whoever that might be, it's going to show up. When you're trying to be fake and phony, that's going to show up. Just know that. So let me go back and I'm going to answer a second question. And I see your follow up question too. Live for a year, chocolate treat, you asked. What time duration, 10, 15, or 60? Let me tell you this. If you're looking for me to give you a formula, this is what I tell everybody. I know you're fairly new to my community because I remember. What I think is that, oh, thank you, Miss Detail Diva, Tiffany. I think that it really is up to you. And there was no way chocolate treat I would ever start out with 60 minutes because I didn't have that much to say just starting out. I just didn't. If that's you, however, and you have 60 minutes worth of content to share, then by all means, try it. See what happens. I would probably suggest targeting somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes at the most, really 10 minutes or less. When we do the Let's Go Live challenge, which we're in full swing of revising right now, many of you have been asking about that. I'm going to share with you some techniques. And really, our goal within that challenge is that you go live less than 10 minutes. Really, I try to tell people keep it to 5 if you can, but no more than 10 minutes. So just starting out, I would definitely suggest keep it shorter. Let's see. Let me go to the huddle, your question, because I don't want to forget that it's there. And thank you for putting a Q in front. So it triggered for me to, oh, that's a question. So, hey, follow the huddle with Walter Strong, the third's lead, y'all. If you want to ask a question and you don't want me to miss it, put a Q in front. Okay. How often do you find you come across that live chat problem with a person doing that? And by doing that, I think you're referring back to the trolls conversation. Look, you just don't know when it's going to happen. I will say that now, probably for the past year or so, I haven't seen that as much. I don't know if I've seen it at all in the past year, Walter. What I would say is that, especially when I was just starting out and didn't know any better, didn't know how to manage things, it would have been good for somebody to tell me that that could happen. That's why I'm telling you now, I'm telling all of you that it can happen. And you need to just know that and have a plan B, have a game plan ready, be familiar with your platform that you're using so that you can make sure you have you know what steps you're going to take if it does happen. I had a guy pop up, and here's the power and the beauty of the community that you can create with live streaming. This dude popped up with an emoji of a cactus, just out of nowhere. An emoji of a cactus, and then he started in like with just little things. And I was like, okay, I'm not ready to block him yet because it's weird, but it's not like rude. Then he started going into comments about what he wanted to do with the cactus. I wasn't prepared. I didn't know that's what was coming next after. I mean, you just can't anticipate sometimes. The one thing you can anticipate is that some people are not here for your good or for the good of any other people for that matter. Some people are here to disrupt. So you just need to be conscientious about that and have a game plan. That's the message that I want to share there. Let's see. Yes, Miss Jada West. Look, so Jada, I know, but look, you will get there because you are consistent on TikTok, and that is why you have built up an audience of 45,000 people. I know your numbers. Jada is actually my coach, y'all, for TikTok. And she put me put me to the fire, put my feet to the fire yesterday. Let me tell y'all what she did. I'm telling on her. So just like everyone, I want you to hear this from me. I'm going to be really transparent. All of us have this thing, this Achilles heel. Everybody has something. Everybody has a quirk and something that holds them back or something that they just don't want to do, and they get beat down and they're like, For me, one of those things, because there are several, but one of those things is TikTok. And so I just really didn't want to do it. But I will tell you that one thing Jada did, which was interesting, and this is what it means to have an accountability partner. So if y'all are out there and you're thinking you're flying on your own and you're trying to trying to do everything on your own and you don't have a coach for different specific things that you know you need a kick in the pants for, please, please hear my heart on this. Sometimes you just need to pay the coach. Sometimes you need to invest in yourself and care enough to invest in yourself so that you can move past the block. So I had this block. And when we met, we were supposed to meet on a call, and I literally was going to cancel this call. But Jada said, you know what? We're going to make this a creation day. We're going to make this a creation session. So our 1 hour together, instead of us talking through game plan and strategy, we're going to make this a creation session. And it was kind of last minute, but I said, okay. And then about 5 minutes before it was time, I almost sent her a note to say, you know what? I'm just too tired, because I was really tired. I mean, being up at 3 o'clock in the morning, getting no sleep, all this stuff the past couple of weeks has been crazy. I almost told her no, but do you know I didn't? And so we sat in that 1 hour and got 6 TikToks done and included captions and hashtags and everything, all done, set and ready to go, scheduled. Sometimes you need someone to help you to just move. Sometimes you're struggling and you're sitting there and you know you need to get that thing done, whatever that thing is. And maybe it's not TikTok for you, maybe it's something else. But I really want you to hear my heart on this. That should be the purpose of coaches. The purpose of us as coaches and consultants, depending on what you do, is that we're going to help you to be accountable to yourself for the success that you say you want. That's the way it works. I love it. Okay, so Facebook user trying to figure out how to give the streaming app permission. So here's what I'm going to do, Dee Dee. I'm going to pop this in here for you because I have it up. I actually have it right now. So there's a ticker that's at the bottom and it's got a little link. Thank you, Michelle. Yes. Look, okay, so Venice, I gotta pop Venice up. And yes, it is. It's an important thing to remember. And y'all, I don't have a script tonight. I'm not speaking on a script. I am literally just answering your questions, and I hope that it's helpful. If there's anything you want to ask me about, now is the time. Put a Q before your statement or your question. I know, Scott. So Venice said, yes, I've been back to you for coaching several times. I will keep coming back because sometimes you just need that kick. You just need that nudge, that push. Like, I know, Jada, girl. And she is sneaky. Teresa, I got to put you up here. She will come. She will come for you. And she's so sweet and so nice. I think people say that about me too. She's so sweet and so nice. And then she says, don't call me for the next coaching appointment. This is what one of my clients said the other day. And I kind of laughed. I chuckled a little bit. She said, yeah, I remember when I was working with you in our 9-week program and you were like, don't set up another call if you haven't done your homework. She said you did it with a smile, but you were dead serious. I am. Yes, y'all. I love it. Okay, I'm going back through to make sure that I catch any questions. Okay, so for the person, I think that was Dee Dee that was trying to get in. Follow that, or Detail Diva. That's who that is. Look at the link that you see right here that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and that should get you on in. Okay, and I know, Scott, I don't think it's for everybody. I'm never going to tell people that everything is for everyone. I don't believe in that. I just don't. I honestly made that mistake, that amateur mistake early on in my business of telling people, yes, everyone can do everything. But I think that sometimes we don't want to. Now, being a video coach and with the name Get Noticed with Video, I really could not be remiss. I would be remiss if I did not try platforms like TikTok because people are getting noticed with video in that space. So that is one of the reasons why I stuck with it and decided I'm going to continue to pursue and to get better. But I needed that coach to kind of kick me and make me move when I didn't want to move. Okay, here's another question. I love it. A lot of coaches tell you to show up, but in the video world, how do you overcome the you have to look a certain way stigma? Ooh, You touching on something right now. And Huddle with Walter Strong, I'm coming back to your question too. I love it. So let me tell you that right now, I am in the process. It's so timely that you asked this question because I am right now rewriting my full business plan. Some of you know that I recently was invited to be a part of an incubator program, a business incubator program. And I'm so, y'all, when I tell you how excited I am about being a part of this with these 7 other women, it's beautiful. It's something I've been dreaming about, and I'm just thrilled that I got picked. So here's the thing. One of the things that I realized is that I have not been clear in my business description and in when I'm requesting funding and for grants and all of those things, you have to be super specific and detailed. And that's one of the things that this incubator has been helping me to drive out more clearly. One thing I have never really said, I've said it, but not really said it, is that one of my objectives with this business is to help people who previously thought they weren't meant for video to really get seen. I want you to have the opportunity to share your message. You have something that's important to say. So whether it's age or race or gender or size or whatever it might be, that somebody's told you these things that are making you hold back, I want to help people to remove those obstacles and to clearly be seen and get noticed. So when I answer this question for you, I'm answering it from a place of true passion. And I would say the way you overcome that is you have to do the deep inner work. So it's not going to be overnight. Okay. I never saw myself as cute or pretty or any of that. If anybody saw my Throwback Thursday today, you will know why. I showed you a picture. I'll try to pull it up for you. It was a picture of me as a child. And I can tell you right now, I'm going to pull it up because I want you to see. Because people tell me now, oh, but you're attractive, and so it should work for you, and nobody should be saying anything. Yeah, okay, well, say that now, but that is not where I came from. That's not where I live in my head. In my head, I still live as though I was that 10-year-old girl who was being teased all the time. So I'm trying to get the picture to show up for us. Let's see if I can get it. I want it to come up a little bit bigger. She said you were cute then too, but no, people didn't think I was cute. Let me show you my photo. I'm going to show it to you because I want you to see this. I want y'all to see. Not that. I'm trying to get to another spot. Let's get rid of that one. I need to also show that video, so I'm going to do that too. But here, look, I'm trying to find stuff on here because I haven't been in here for so long. This is me, y'all. This is me as a little girl, okay? This is me, and I was teased like you would not believe. I was never called the pretty girl or the cute girl or no, I was the nerd, the geek, look at those Coke bottle glasses girl, the skinny girl, the bucktooth girl, right? I really wasn't cute, right? And so what I hear and what I heard myself say when I was getting ready to start doing video is, your ears are too small. Wait, your teeth, you did get them fixed. At least you got those fixed. Your nose is kind of wide. I started hearing all these things that were said to me over and over in my youth. And you may be hearing those things too. And maybe it's not even that you're hearing that, but you're just thinking that about yourself because you have self-esteem that needs to be repaired, that's been damaged in some way. So absolutely, it can come up in different ways, y'all. It can come up, it can be an issue, but I want you to know that you're going to have to do the work, the inner work. And that's part of what I'm getting ready to incorporate in my different programs, is to make sure that you have that help and that support so that you can become more confident about who you are in all your beauty whatever that beauty may be, because every single one of you is beautiful. Every single one of you. And I want you to really, you have to find that in yourself. You have to find that you are accepted. You have to find that you are okay and you are worthy and you are of value. Now, notice how when I popped up the chat overlay, it's not pulling up all these comments that we have in here because I had the chat overlay off. So I'm going to go back through and make sure I answer these other questions. Let's see. All right. Yeah. So how do you overcome that question? I hope I answered it. And the overcoming is in the work that you're going to do on your self-confidence and self-esteem. It's in really just kind of getting out there, but also getting support wherever you can find that support. And maybe it's in a friend or a loved one. Maybe it's in a coach. Maybe it's in a program that's designed to help you with that. It could be a number of different ways. Let me try to answer Walter's question. I'm going to be succinct as much as I can here. 3 things I wish I knew before I started. I wish that I knew that I didn't have to do everything, that some of the work that I do today with my streams could be outsourced. I wish I knew that. I wish I knew, secondly, that you can, but you shouldn't just jump on camera and just start talking without a purpose or a plan. I believe that, yes, there are going to be moments where you feel inspired. And so your plan is, I'm going to get on here, I'm going to talk about this particular topic because it's really eating me right now. And I feel like I need to share this with people that are in my audience. But part of that plan also means that you are sharing your content to an audience that sees that content as relevant. So you need to know who it is you're talking to. So I guess that second one, if I had to make that more concise, would be you need a content strategy. A content strategy consists of who it is you're talking to, what it is you're talking about, and how you're talking about it. Those 3 things. I wish I knew that. The third and final thing I guess I wish I knew would be that you don't have to be live on every single channel and platform. You can choose. You can choose where you want to be. You can make a choice. You don't have to be on TikTok. Like Scott said, he's just not ready for that. You don't have to be on LinkedIn. You don't have to be on Facebook. You get to choose where you want to spend your time. And really, the more you can build out in a specific space, what they call a vertical, that's probably going to be easier. I guess Siri thought I was talking to her. You are speaking my language in that content strategy. Yes, that is where I grew up, is in content strategy. Yes. So Chocolate Treat has a question, Jada, that's really for you. It's about how do you get recognition from TikTok and how does one get leveled up? So I would encourage you, Chocolate Treat, to definitely go and watch the recent interview that I did with Jada West. It is in my YouTube channel. You're so welcome, Walter Strong the third. I would suggest, Chocolate Treat, go to my channel at YouTube. You're going to find it if you type in Stream Like a Boss with Tanya Smith, or you can just type in youtube.com/Tanya Smith, and you will find the interviews. And hers is one of the most recent ones, probably the second one in the line, Jada West, and you'll get more details there. Let's see. Y'all are funny saying I was adorable. Oh, yeah. Okay, I like this one. I've been told several times when people hear me, I sound high ticket, but when people see me, I don't look it. So I've been told, you just use stock images until I'm in a position to spruce myself up. I don't buy that. I think that's crap. I think that's other people putting their opinions and their perceptions and things somebody told them, they're putting that on you. That's what I think. So if you want to know my opinion, that's what I think. I think you can't use the excuse that you're not cute enough or you're not something enough. You can't use that excuse once you know the truth. And the truth is that there is a message for everyone. And the method in which you are delivering that message can be inspiration for someone who is also suffering or battling challenges from that same thing. So really kind of think about that and ask yourself, is that what's holding me back? Or is it just me making an excuse? Because I could go do it, but I'm choosing not to. It's a choice. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. I don't see any other questions unless I missed something. I'm looking, I'm checking, I'm checking. I want to show y'all this real quick. I'm going to pop it up because it's important to me to support those who support me. And I'm actually going to be a speaker for this event too. So I am super excited about this coming up, and it's free. So free. Definitely when you're starting out, you definitely want to get as much information as you can. Both paid and free work together to partner up and build you as a professional, build your brand as a professional. And so I want to show you, I'm so sorry about this little tickle I got. I'm going to show you Creators Unleashed Act 2. It's a really quick video, and it's from my friend JP High Tech talking about this conference that I'm going to be speaking at, and several other high-powered speakers are going to be there too. I've got to share this with you. So now let me make sure that I do it properly because I don't want to mess this up. So I'm going to try to share my Chrome tab, and I promise it will only take a minute for you to watch, but I love it, love it, love it. And I wanted to share this because it's so good. He does such a good job. Okay, sharing my screen, and you have to check this out. Oh, and I'll also share where you can go sign up.
Content Creators University presents Creators Unleashed Act 2. A 2-day power-packed free virtual conference to teach you all the secrets to growing your business with content creation. This is for coaches, teachers, students, leaders, entrepreneurs, videographers, graphic designers, YouTubers, podcasters, beauty professionals, bloggers, social media strategists, artists, music composers, authors. Anybody that uses technology today needs to show up to this event. This is taking place November 17th from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Grab your free ticket today by going to contentcreatorsuniversity.com/conference. Seats are filling up fast. It's first come, first serve with 10 power-packed speakers. JP High Tech, Tanya Smith, Kirk Nugent, Toy Sweeney, Monty Weaver, Carissa Jennings, Troy Sandage, Pierre Quinn, Jeff Barsh, Jermaine Freeman. Creators Unleashed Act 2 in partnership with our official sponsor, Ecamm Live. You do not want to miss this. This will be fire.
Y'all, this is going to be so awesome. I cannot wait. This is going to be so exciting. So you got to go grab your free tickets because he's for real when he says there are limited seats. And trust me, with these people that are going to be on the virtual stage, it's going to fill up. So I'm trying to give you a heads up. You know how I do. I try to make sure I give everybody a heads up. I know. Yay. Already done. Michelle in the house. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, they are power hitters. I say they, and I sometimes fail to include myself in that. But look, y'all, I've been doing the work. I've been consistent, disciplined. I show up even when I don't have a script. I want you to pay attention. I did not come tonight with a script, with a scripted video. I came open because I wanted to hear your questions. Yeah, I had a couple of things I could share. I always have something to share. And I want you to really be prepared for whatever's going to come your way. You may not be a video marketing strategist. Maybe that's not your thing, but you still are here because you want to leverage video for whatever your business is. And the important thing is you have to never give up on yourself. The first place where we give up and where we fail is when we stop showing up. So if you're not already doing streaming or doing some type of video at least once a week, that's going to be your first goal. That's the one thing I want to encourage you to really start doing is go stream at least once a week. I'm going to type in a question. If you're going live once a week, type in 1. If you're not, type in 2. I'm curious about where everybody is right now on that. But the other thing I'm going to tell you that I'm about to do, and this is what I've been working so hard for over the last several weeks now, the quiz that I'm revamping, and actually it's already revamped. I'm trying to revamp all the content that's going to come with it, is going to give you some specific action steps, specific things that you need to do in order to graduate from level 1 to level 2 to level 3 to level 4 to be a stream boss. Okay. And the goal where you start is where you probably haven't started yet, which is first of all, getting on camera consistently. The more consistent you are, the more you can build from there. Even if you make mistakes, even if you suck the first several times, which you will, I know I have. I still have moments where I do, but I still show up. So I want you to show up. Miss Daphne in the house. Love it, love it, love it. Look, I'm about to have some of our sisters from the Shoot and Shadow tour, lady. I'm having Tamara, she doesn't know it yet. Tamara, I'm getting ready to be asking her to be on my virtual stage. She's also a TikTok influencer and an amazing lady. And Miss Daphne actually has a wonderful sense of fashion. She has a shop, a boutique, where she sells the most amazing clothes. Oh, what is the name of the group again, Daphne? Can you pop it in and I'll pop it up? I want to showcase that for you. Scotch signed up. Yay. Yay, yay. Okay, y'all. Well, I guess I need to go now because I need to go pick up my kid. She's soon to be done with her band concession stand duties, and she needs me. But I'm really, really excited. I'm going to tell y'all there's 2 things that are coming up that I'm really excited about, and I hope to talk more about this next time we meet. But before I do that, I will tell you that next week we actually have a guest that we're going to be talking to, Gabe Liao, also known as the Streaming Tornado. That's one thing I want to tell you about, and I'll remind you in advance. The second thing I want to share is that I'm revamping my studio finally. Oh my God, y'all. So I love this little space I've created, but now I have a whole room that is ready and ripe for a new set. Like I'm videotaping as I go so that I can show you, so I can do the big reveal, but I'm going to show you all the different steps and the things that I've done to prepare and the list I've made of things that I need to put my studio together. So yeah, I love the set that I've created here, but now I'm getting ready to make that even bigger. And I'm so excited. So I can't wait to share that with y'all. And then the third and final thing is Stream Bosses Academy. I just got to get this right. That's the only reason why I haven't relaunched it, but I got to get this content and the whole setup that I'm putting together for you. I'm really putting blood, sweat, and tears and heart into it. I'm putting that into it because I want it to be worth your while and relevant. And I want it to help you to truly not just love the conversation, but to execute and implement. That's something sometimes we often fail to do. We get excited and we're like, wow, this is so great. But then if we don't do anything, we get no results and then we get discouraged. So I don't want you discouraged. I'm excited too, Scott. I cannot wait to show you. I cannot wait. Scott is like my brother from another mother. He just doesn't know it. Me and Scott, we were like twins or something at birth. Fraternal. I know, Jada. It's going to be awesome. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to head on over to the school to pick up my child. Yes, it's going to be awesome. Count on yourself as well. Count on me, but also don't rule yourself out. Make sure you do the work. Make sure you do the work, y'all. Go watch the videos, consume the information and the content, but do the work. You got to do the work. And we are, I know. Thank you so much. And thanks for showing up, Walter Strong III. It was wonderful to meet you. And I loved your questions. They were right on point. I love it. Yes, we are twins. All right, y'all. I got to go. I would love to hang out with you all night, but I can't because my kid will be there by herself in the parking lot. And then, what is it called? CPS? Somebody will be calling. So have a good night, and I'll see you next week.